Okay, we are here with another, what I'm calling the YouTube North American Derby between Northernlion and Sinvicta. These two play so many times against each other. Really nice to cast their matches, and it gives us a regular fixture to look forward to almost 3 times a week. How are you doing today, Calamity?
Yeah, doing good. How about you?
Yeah, doing okay. Kind of a rainy day here in Kyoto, but other than that, I'm enjoying lots of good Geoguessr.
It's raining here as well.
Oh, really? So heavily raining, or?
Nah, it was an hour ago, but it's not anymore.
Opposite ends of the world, but the same weather. Very interesting. Anyway, what's really interesting to point out about the matchup today is the recent form of both Northernlion and Sinvicta. They have been trading games back and forth. Northernlion had a small advantage. He had a couple win streak, but in the last 5 or so episodes, he has lost that. It's pretty back and forth.
How's the score looking now?
I believe as of this episode, Northernlion does have a 1-win advantage in 2020. Overall, he's got quite a bit of a lead, as you can see, 89 wins to 83. But in this year, he's up by 1. So very close. But what's also really interesting to point out is that Northernlion has 16 aces in this matchup, compared to 7 of Sinvicta.
That's quite a big difference.
Yeah, but it kind of shakes out when you look at their average guesses, though. Average guess and average score are almost identical. So
I think it might be a case then of Sinvicta just giving up on the quotation marks when he's close enough, not looking for those last few points.
Yeah, we have noticed too in some of the games where he gets significantly behind, he doesn't try to finish strong, so to speak. He definitely says, as long as I get 4,000 something, I'm happy because I can't win. Yeah, a little bit of that kind of mentality could be worked on for Sinvicta, but we'll see how it goes today. As always, we are on the diverse world map. Can you give us a rundown of this map, Calamity?
Yeah, it's a map done by Mapper with, I think, locations about 16,000 that are split up, let's say, fairly into different countries, so that you have a reasonable chance to end up in each country that has Street View available. And so it makes the game a bit more diverse, hence the name, over the normal world map.
And my favorite part is that it gets rid of those horrible potato cameras and photospheres that are the ones that tend to throw your whole game off when you're almost trying to get a perfect score, and then you get a bad potato camera in the middle of the United States and just cry a little inside. Anyway, yeah, it's been played over 1.4 million times with over 10,000 locations. So no worries about repeats. Really good map. Check it out. Okay, without further ado, let us get in to the game. Here we go.
Northernlion's a bit ahead. Started already.
Yeah, he has clicked a little bit ahead of Sinvicta. But Sinvicta will click, no problem. Right off the bat, where do you think we are, Calamity?
Northernlion's already found a sign that says First Street, so I would definitely say in an English-speaking country.
Bramdale Cemetery. A wonderful place to start.
Not quite sure of the country itself yet.
Yeah, Sinvicta has a good view of the sign. Bramdale.
Probably not a city you want to look for on the map at this point.
Yeah, probably not. Probably not. Too small. My guess would actually be Canada.
Yeah, that's where I'll just put us down.
Yeah, that blue road sign is not too standard in the U.S. So, so that means maybe we're on some home turf for NL. Oh, Sinvicta has seen a Canadian flag. So that definitely puts us in Canada.
It definitely looks more like central Canada there, or like very northern, but not what NL would probably consider home turf.
Yeah, true. We're not in the Toronto area or Quebec, Montreal area, or in the west coast of Vancouver. East. That wide open space in the middle, probably. Sinvicta just taking the approach to move as far as you can. Hopes you see something.
And they're probably a good approach to take.
One thing to note, Calamity, is they are going in opposite directions. Northernlion was heading north, and Sinvicta is heading south. So unless they do their due diligence and come back to the start and go the opposite direction, they're going to have very different information.
Well, so far they've got no information.
So it hasn't hurt them too much, yeah. Up truck. Ooh, that's a blurred out license plate for Northernlion. That might be enough. He has put us down. I don't know my Canadian license plates.
He's changed from Saskatchewan to Manitoba.
Okay, so
maybe, I don't know if that was on purpose, but maybe.
He has seen something there. About a minute and a half. Grand Rapids and Steep Rock with NL. Good road sign there.
I feel like I recognize Grand Rapids, but I couldn't place it at the moment.
There's a couple Grand Rapids in the U.S., but
I might be remembering one of those as well.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure there's one in Canada as well there.
Don't worry, Sinvicta. Ooh, Sinvicta has seen a Moosehorn Heritage Road sign.
That sounds Canadian.
That sounds Canadian for sure, and I don't know how helpful it is. But an interesting sign, nonetheless. Oh, he has found Moosehorn. Holy cow.
Oh,
we found Moose Lake. Moose Lake, sorry, not Moosehorn.
And Alice found the road sign that confirms the state for him.
Oh, Sinvicta has guessed. But we're looking at Northernlion screen right now. He has a Manitoban province road sign. Sinvicta has guessed. He has gotten 4,275. I believe he was in the right province, but he was way too north. So it looks like NL is guessing further south. He does have a road number, so that will help him. 3 seconds left. 2 seconds. Don't move us north. Oh, safe. So Northernlion with a score of 4,755, getting about 520 points. Trying to do math in my head on the spot.
480, but yes.
480. Okay, sorry. To leave the math to you then.
Actually, wait a second. No, it's right. 480. Yeah. That's too early for me.
Never do math on stream. Rule number 1. So I break it almost every single time. So yeah, about 450 odd point lead for Northernlion. Do you think the Canadian location helped him out a bit, or just he got lucky on the direction he headed?
I think it's more the direction than the location itself, because I don't think NL has a significant advantage over Sinvicta if it's not in like the Vancouver area or in the Toronto area. So I think it was more that he found that sign in the end with the road number 6 and Manitoba written on it that did the trick in the end.
Yeah, he did have us down in the right province earlier than Sinvicta. So he kind of had a feel for the general area, but those signs probably were the ones that definitely closed the deal where exactly he should put us.
Sinvicta still did very well, considering he didn't find Manitoba anywhere to put us in the right province.
Yeah, I think he got a little lucky with the fact that he found Moose Lake, and he figured maybe Moosehorn is close by. So, okay, well, let's on to round 2. See how long they spend chatting about their location. There's Moosehorn further south. We see
I
on the
think
map.
again, Sinvicta just guessed a lot earlier than NL did, even though he still had a lot of time remaining.
Yeah, I think he did waste about at least 30, 40 seconds of his timer. He could have spent.
Could have definitely found Moosehorn in that time.
I mean, the odds are not in his favor, but yes, he could possibly have found it. Just using every second you have. Northernlion again moving on. Looks like he picked again. Frustrated
NL
with
has found all he needs already, technically. A lot of Swedish cities on there.
Yes, and Sweden?
And a Norwegian city.
Yeah, I was
so
say,
you're
like
close to the border. Mo i Rana is a Norwegian city, and Umeå is Swedish.
Yeah, I was about to say, it looked more Norwegian, and then you said, oh, maybe the border. And I said, this must be what. Yeah, they've got lots of cities. Let's look in on now a little bit. Sinvicta, though, going to head up the road a bit. Oh, Sinvicta has a really good. He's got a European road sign, but NL is looking at it as well. The E12, E45.
NL's at least found it already. I don't think Sinvicta has.
I'll be looking for that intersection with all those street names. They don't have to move a whole lot on this one to find out where they are.
Technically, don't have to at all. Well, until the point where they are right now, so about 10 meters.
Yeah.
But yeah, that gives you everything you need.
Yeah, Struman, looks like Northernlion has found the city, and we're 1 kilometer away, so has a pretty good chance of getting Sinvicta, though, has not found the road or the cities yet.
I think he's looking a bit too far north.
He looks like he's on the road, but he's just too far north on it. Yeah, so how well organized are the European road numbers? Calamity?
Not at all.
Not at all. Oh, great.
Yeah, but the good thing is that usually if you're in a certain country, there's not many of them.
Okay.
So you can usually just look at the maybe 5, 6 at most that there are in the country and just see which one's right.
Because it is spread out so much.
Yeah.
Each country.
They usually, because the European roads, they're quite long. So they stretch out throughout the whole country.
Oh, Northernlion has guessed early. About a minute and a half left, but he was very confident, and rightfully so. 4999. Oh, he's jumped to the next location. I think Sinvicta's going to guess as well, and Sinvicta, yes, 4997. So only losing 2 more points, and he'll play catch up a little.
Yeah.
Round number 3.
But again, that's like they wasted their chance at an ace there, basically, because they both still had 2 minutes left to figure out where they are.
Yeah, I guess, 4999, maybe they think it's good enough, but missed opportunity at an ace when you have that much information.
Yeah, it probably is good enough in about, 200 out of 201 cases, but that one time it's not good enough, that's going to hurt a lot.
Well, into round 3 here, we have seen a German flag and plenty of German.
And NL has actually seen the town of Bielefeld. Well, he's not seen it, I know that, but the town of Bielefeld was on that poster he looked at.
Whether or not he recognizes that fact is another question. Sinvicta looking at a nice shopping mall right there. I don't think he'll get much from that. Again, he does spend his time reading signs. Northernlion jumping around in the suburbs, trying to find some more information. Sinvicta will move on as well. Westfalenblatt. Okay, so Westphalia?
I think it is Westphalia, yeah.
Area. That'll give them a region of Germany if they don't know the city.
That being said, I'm pretty sure they don't know the region either.
Well, maybe not. they have the information. Let's see how well they can use it. Oh, Northernlion does have a nice road sign. Not sure if that will give him any help.
I think it said, like none of the cities it said or towns were any help, but I think it said BL, like dash, and then something. So that might stand for Bielefeld.
Yeah, local area. Oh, he has found the 2 to Dortmund and Hanover. So that'll give him a regional look in. He immediately hones in on it. Very nice. Very nice.
Bielefeld is like right in the middle between Dortmund and Hanover.
Oh, it's right there. Yeah, you can see it on the screen. And he doesn't seem to... Right. Oh, I don't think he knows to look for it, for one. Oh, Sinvicta has put us down in Bavaria. Way south. Oh, but he is zooming in closer in Westphalia. Oh, he has moved us. Good. So other than that first round, these are going to be very close.
Even that first round wasn't too far apart.
Sinvicta is using the bus stop sign. I don't know if he just got extremely lucky or if he was able to read something we weren't quite able to, but he seems pretty confident in his location. He now approaches the same intersection that Northernlion is at, looking for a map with about 30 seconds left.
I think Northernlion is currently having the same problem that I'd have if I seen that sign and didn't know we were in Bielefeld, which is when there's a road number there that gives you the direction, like the direction to 2 towns, and it says they're in the same direction, then you wouldn't look between them, would you?
Probably not. Yeah. The tricky thing about these kinds of signs is, and Northernlion has guessed, he has 4,759 points in that round. Kind of kicking himself, you can see on the camera. Sinvicta is going to use his full time here to try to maybe... No, NL, stop moving ahead. He's got 2 seconds left. Sinvicta, 4841. That's almost 100 points he's going to gain on Northernlion. There.
Clawing his way back. Only 400 points behind now.
Yeah. But Northernlion already in the next round has gotten a clue. We are in like Laos. Which flag is that? Cambodia or Laos? Laos, he does know it. He does have us on the map in the right location.
And there's only like, I think I remember there's 5 different cities in that country that are covered by Google Street View. So there's not a lot of choice you have.
Okay. Are they all in the northern part of the country, or?
No, they're pretty much spread throughout. There's Savannakhet, Vientiane, and 3 more that are a bit smaller. I think 2 of them are north of Vientiane and 1 is south of Savannakhet.
Sinvicta now seeing the same signs, flag, and language as Northernlion has seen. Hold on. There are lots of shops, which is a good chance of getting an address, which, if you can read it, will give you the city name towards the end. Sinvicta looks like he also will put us in Laos on the Thai border. Not a bad guess.
Usually the thing in Laos is that you're going to find a lot of flags around. So it's usually not difficult to figure out the country you're in.
Yeah, and Sinvicta's also looking at a sign that says Lao Airlines, but also has Vietnam Airlines and Air Asia, which is a Malaysian Airlines.
And Thai.
Oh, Thai? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, they'll be looking for a city in English to help them out. But yeah, back to my earlier comment, when you have a sign like that where there's 2 cities on a road, it just means if you get on that road, you can access both of those cities. So it can be kind of confusing when you're trying to place yourself. It just says that those cities are on that road in that direction. Doesn't mean that
it can get confused between that and when you're not on the road and you just see the sign that tells you the road is that way and has those cities accessible, or when you're actually on the road, then you'd get an indication of which direction each city is in.
Yeah, indeed. You really need to be on the road itself to actually use that directionality to your advantage. Otherwise, if you're at an interchange, not going to do you a whole lot of good. I make that mistake way too many times.
Mm. Huh?
Northernlion with a
Else,
very interesting sign about lots of different countries on it. And he does put us on the Lao-Cambodia border, or is that the Thai border?
I think it's the Thai border. But I don't think either of them have found a city name itself yet.
No, I don't think they have. Sinvicta, though, guessing far north. Oh, no, and that'll cost him a little bit. Unlucky there with his placement. Oh, Northernlion moved us farther north. So Sinvicta with a very lucky break.
Actually, NL moved us further south.
Oh, did he?
Because NL was in Vientiane.
Okay,
which is a bit like to the northwest of where he is right now.
Was so zoomed in that I thought he was actually somewhere else. Hard to keep track of all these things. Yeah, for that round, Sinvicta with 4,498, just edging out Northernlion with 4,384. Gives him another 100 points or so back on Sinvicta. On NL, sorry. Yeah, so not much went wrong on that one. You know, they used their information pretty well. What do you think, Calamity?
Yeah, they did pretty well considering that I don't think either of them saw Paxe as a city name anywhere. So yeah, they did well to not go for Vientiane and lose a couple more points. I think NL just kind of threw it somewhere more central towards the end of his guess. I don't think he really went for any town at all there. But I mean, it got him more points than he would have gotten otherwise, so you can't blame him for that.
Yeah, just a little bit unlucky that it was a little bit further south, and Sinvicta had put us a little bit further south, so not a whole lot to separate the two on that one. Well, let's head in to our final round. Northernlion going into the final round with a score of 18,897. Victa again taking his time. The score of 18,611, so about 300 point difference, or 80 point difference.
286.
200? Okay, yeah, 200. Went the wrong way with my math.
They're in a German-speaking country again. From the look of it, I would have said maybe Switzerland.
Yeah, those big mountains. More Swiss than actual German, I would say.
One good tip I can tell people to figure out if you're in Switzerland over, like, say, Germany or Austria, for example, is that the German translation for street is Straße, and in Switzerland that is written with a double S, whereas in Germany and Austria there's this kind of weird B-looking thing.
The Esset.
That you don't. Yes.
Yeah.
That you don't have in any other language.
I did not know that. Interesting. Northernlion has also seen some French, which should be a good clue. We're in Switzerland. The mixing of those two languages. Well. Yeah. Oh, and Sinvicta has seen the Swiss flag. Oh. Is Widnau a city?
Widnau is a town.
A town, probably, okay. So that's yes. Something they can use.
The number in front of it is the postcode.
That's some good information with the flag. Should have the right place. Yeah, I didn't know Switzerland didn't use the Esset for the double S on, at least on Strasse. Anyway.
Something I've only found out a couple of years ago as well.
Yeah, when I was sorry.
That's probably the easiest way because most of the road names will end with Straße. So you probably find a lot of that around.
Yeah, it was always the big debate when I was in Germany about how they should use the Esset, and lots of people were like, "No, we should get rid of it because it's too specialized and people don't know what they're doing." And make it more international, and a lot of people, no, it's too German, we can't possibly get rid of it. So, I believe they have gotten rid of it in Hochdeutsch for a few words officially that don't cause a problem.
They're always changing around stuff. It's usually just you kind of tend to stick to whatever you were taught in school.
And on to dear life with those symbols for as long as they can.
Yeah.
It's always the debate in Japan too, is that should Japan just get rid of the characters? And the younger people are more, probably not happy about it, but more open to the idea than the older generation.
Would that even work there? Isn't there, like, if you get rid of kanji, isn't there like a lot of words that you just write the same way?
Yeah, but I mean, it's the same way. We have it in English and German and Korean, right? You just have cognates or identical words, and you just have to know by context. It wouldn't be unheard of, but
I feel like there's a lot more of that in Japanese than there is in other languages.
A lot more of it, but that's one reason why Japanese TV is just so annoying to watch, is they always have all the writing on the screen. Because you almost need to have the vocabulary, the kanji, in case you don't come in the middle of the sentence or something. You just don't know what's going on. Okay, Northernlion has guessed, back to the match, with 4889. Not a bad guess. Sinvicta run out of time. Oh! What happened?
Sinvicta, I'm not sure.
I almost want to go back and replay that, because
he apparently completely forgot about seeing the Swiss flag.
You know, I think he didn't have a marker down and he panicked.
Possible. Yeah, he didn't. You're right.
Let's actually play that back a little bit, the joys of YouTube.
You're right. You can see there that he didn't have a marker down yet.
At 14 seconds, he doesn't have a marker down. That's the problem. He panics.
And he's definitely at that point forgotten that he's seen the Swiss flag.
Yes, he's forgotten all the information, and he just knows German something and puts us down in the center of Germany. And oh man, a close match kind of falling apart in the last minute. Ladies and gentlemen, take a lesson from Sinvicta. The minute you see something, put a pin down. Because you don't want to be panic dropping at the last second.
And you're definitely going to forget stuff if you have to put a guess in with the last 10 seconds. The only good thing for him is that he wouldn't have had a chance either way, with NL only losing about 111 points at the last guess, which was less than Sinvicta's disadvantage coming into the round.
True. So Northernlion pretty much guaranteeing himself a win with his location. And Sinvicta basically just making the point difference of the match greater than it needed to be, but not really changing the outcome of the match. Unfortunate for Sinvicta. He had a really, really good game all the way till the end. As we look at the overall breakdown of the game, notice that both of our participants over 4K for every round. A very nice game.
They did well there. I don't think they actually, like, if you take away Sinvicta's last guess, I don't think they actually messed up on the country even once. And they got relatively close in all of them, yeah.
Yeah, they might even have been in I'm not sure about some of the other countries, but in the right state. Almost all of them. Maybe Laos has a different state border.
Yeah, I wouldn't be sure about that one, but for the other states, probably, yeah.
I'm not sure how Sweden or Laos.
I mean, they were like 500 meters away on Sweden, so I'd assume that was the right state.
Oh, that's right. The Sweden was round 2, so yes, they were very close on that one. Great. Well, a very close match, kind of made to look on paper like a big win for Northernlion due to the very last guess of Sinvicta not having a pin down and panicking a bit. But yeah, again, another very good match between these two. Kind of what we've come to expect from this North American derby. Yes. Any final comments, Calamity?
Not really, no.
No. Great. Well, we'll see you all next time. Take care.